Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Meade Stadium here at the University of Rhode Island for our first annual Kickball Championship game between Kareem Punt, the 7 seed, and the 4 seed, Danny G 315. My name is Nick Crudale, alongside my partner,
Jack Slattery. Nick, pleasure to be with you here for our first ever Kickball Championship, and it should be a good one.
So as we're getting the lineup sorted out, teams will take the field shortly. I'm kind of excited to see what the format or how these games run. We kind of just pilot tested it with our staff. I actually haven't been out to see a game, so I'm kind of excited to see how this is going to work.
I myself have only seen a few games, and the thing is, you're going to see a good bit of strategy in kickball, more than you might imagine. The best teams tend to play small ball, If you're kicking it up in the air, you're just given more opportunities for flyouts, and smart teams will keep the ball on the ground and force the defense to make plays, which is easier said than done when playing kickball.
Yeah, so getting started now. Kareem Punt is going to be the team first kicking. Here's the first pitch. It's kicked right back to the pitcher, fielded, and safe at first base
Is Chase
Sooney. So something different than what you might be noticing is the pitcher is wearing a different color jersey because the pitcher is part of the kicking team. They have no fielding responsibilities as Alex Vickery kind of bunts it back across that second piece of tape, which we'll get to shortly. But the pitcher's part of the kicking team that has no defensive responsibilities whatsoever. As that one, another little bunt back to around the pitcher's mound. Jalen goes to first. Bases loaded, no outs, just like that. So you'll see two pieces of tape in the end zone of the football field. One is a kicking line. We have a foul ball called, which I'll explain right now. You have to kick the ball, if you're the kicker, behind that first line. If you step over it, it's a foul ball. That second piece of tape is what we call the bunt line. Your kick has to get past that line in order to be a legal kick. As Rodrigo's kick goes into left center field, 2 runs are going to score, giving Kareem Punt a 2-0 lead to start this game. Still no outs, though. So now up to bat is Grace. Here's the pitch in. She's going to take that one for a ball. Another rule that we have in kickball is each batter or kicker gets to see 4 pitches before their at-bat is over and ruled an out. That's a little pop fly into foul territory, or is it a fair ball? I think the umpires called it a fair ball on that one. So Grace would be out at first, but it does score another run, making this a 3-0 game with 1 out in the first inning.
That's Grace Starner.
Olivia up to bat, takes the first pitch. Runners on only third base. Here's the pitch. It's just a little tap across that bunt line. Pretty routine play, and it goes wide of the first baseman. Olivia is going to be safe at first. The runner at third stays. We have runners on the corner. 1 out with Aiden up to bat. What we've seen so far, which is kind of like a strategy in kickball, is just tap the ball past that bunt line, and it's going to be tough for the defense to make a play on it.
It's not always the flashy stuff that gets you here to Champ Day, but it's definitely an effective strategy in kickball.
Here's the pitch. Kick down the first baseline, deflects off a defender, goes to second for the force out, does score another run. Now 2 down, 4-0 lead already. Runners on first. Brings up Mateo for Kareem Punt, the last batter in the order.
And that ball just stayed fair. Third baseman unable to make a play on it.
Here's the kick.
Top of the order, Chase Sooney. Tony Opp unable to make a play there. And a 5th run will score. It's an RBI for Chase Zuni.
That ball could have been caught by the right fielder, Tony Opp. Just hit his hands and hit the turf. Wasn't able to grasp it. Here's the pitch to Alex Vickery. To the left fielder, caught for the 3rd out. We're going to change sides. So now Kareem Punt going to play the field. Danny G315 going to kick for the first time in the bottom half of this 1st inning.
So what we saw there was this type of strategy that I kind of suggested is effective in kickball. Just that tap. And I appreciate the rule we have where your own team pitches to you, because nothing worse in kickball than a pitcher who's just humming them in there and they're bouncy. We have none of that. It lets the game be played the right way, if you catch my drift. First up for Danny G315 will be Alex.
Waiting for the pitch. Here's the roll. The kick is just down the 3rd baseline. Going to be a fair ball. And the 3rd baseman just going to eat it, let that runner successfully get to first base. Bringing up Aiden now. Here's the pitch. A little tap down the 3rd baseline. Again, it hits him in the foot. He's going to, I think it hit him in the foot. Hard to tell from this angle. But he's going to.
Looks like everyone's safe, and because of that, the man on first was able to advance.
Yeah, here's Evan now. Little hit to the 2nd baseman. Run scores. Now we got 1st and 2nd, no outs. Bringing up Seb to kick for Danny G. This one kicked over the head of the left center fielder. He's going to roll. This one should score some runs.
Hit a mile.
Seb rounding 2nd, heading towards 3rd. He's going to try for home. He does. And he's going to stroll in an inside the park home run? Question mark?
Yeah, I mean, that ball rolled all the way down to the other 30-yard line, so absolutely peppered.
Just like that. It's a 1-run game. In the bottom of the 1st inning, 5-4 already.
Grand slam.
Nope.
Nope. 3-run shot.
Nick Plant's up now. Heard he was called, he had a nickname called Tree. This one just gets past that bunt line. He's going to be safe at first.
So yeah, the strategy is really if you're not up. Oh.
Then we're going to have a foul ball. Nick D'Orecchio, I believe his name, kicked that ball past that kicking line. D'Erico gets a 2nd pitch. This one kicked right at the defender, playing in towards that bunt line. Going to get through his hands, and everyone is safe. 1st and 2nd, no outs. Brings up Sean.
Ooh, nearly.
And umpires are calling him safe. Base is loaded now.
Tried to get the lead runner there.
Captain now, Tony Opp up to kick.
Alex Vickery, captain of the other team, telling his defense to give him a step. Tony Opp can kick that ball.
Here's the pitch. This one popped up to the and it's caught.
Oh,
off
wow.
And we have
a
double play. The kick tipped by a member of Kareem Punt, caught by a different member, and then the chest pass to get him out. Double them up.
Teamwork making the dream work there.
So now, just like that, 2 outs, runners on the quarters.
And that ball finds a gap.
Dylan is going to have runners. Yep. Scores 1 run. Runners on the quarters now.
Yes, you had a run score on the double play. So
that one's going to be a fair ball. Going to score a run.
Danny G315 getting some good luck here with the ball staying fair. Got the bases Runners on the corners. 6-5 game.
This one going to be a legal kick and safe at second base. Umpire had us at the edge of our seat there making that call. Ends up going with the safe call.
Not everyone agrees with it.
Another run scored. So now we have first and second, 2 outs.
Oh,
And
some confusion here.
some confusion on that play. I think the umpire called the kicker out that was running to first. So that was third out. The run that just came in does not count. And we have a 7-5 ball game going in to the top of the second. Pretty kind of hectic first inning with kicks and defensive plays and wild outs.
Yeah, a lot of confusion, and it's everything you'd want them your first ever kickball championship.
And that's going to be a foul ball.
Oh,
This kick
a nice peg work, and our first base umpire Sergio makes the call. The runner's out.
brings up Rodrigo now, I believe, for Kareem punt. That kick just crossed the bunt line, fielded. Throw to first is off target. Going to be safe at first.
Not much you can do with those bunts down the third base line unless you have a really good jump on them.
I've even seen players kick the ball over.
Mhm.
If you can control your kicks and get it on a target.
On the line,
I've seen kids or participants kick the ball over instead of throwing it.
Grace Starner up. She's got a big boot.
Here's the pitch. This one over. It's caught on a diving catch. That's the second out of the inning. What a catch
Yeah, big kick and a bigger catch there.
from number 3, Evan Takian. So 2 outs now. This one just a little tapper across the bunt line. The throw is off target and is able to get
Wow.
the throw and hit the runner for the third out. Quick inning for Danny G, 3:15.
It's a smart play from that first baseman. Wasn't going to be able to tag the base, so he just decided to shovel past and peg the runner.
So as we flip over now to the bottom of the second inning, Danny G, 3:15 up to kick again. So hard not saying up to bat again because I'm
bat.
used to that. But they're up to kick again with a comfortable-ish 2-run lead. Big defensive stop there, not letting up any runs like they did in the first inning.
Yeah, really saw the story of 2 different innings there, scoring 5 in the first and 0 there.
Here's the kick right past the defender playing near the bunt line. Going to be a single.
Hard kicked ground ball.
Here's the pitch. This one bunted down the third baseline. No play.
That might have rolled foul if he let it stay on its course. Hard to say, but
Sean now. Here's the kick
Big
over
kick.
everyone's head. This is definitely going to score some runs as it just keeps rolling into the outfield. 1 run touches home. Another run is about to touch home. And we're going to have a base clearing inside the park home run for Shawnee Potter. What a turn of events right there, Jack.
over everyone's head.
Captain now, Tony Opp, just past the bunt line. The throw wide of first base. He's going 2. And he'll be in there like swimwear.
Like swimwear.
Stand-up double for Tony Opp, the captain of this Danny G 315 squad. Bringing up Dylan Young.
So it's really all about getting runners on and then having that big boot come up and try and score them all.
Kicks at the first pitch, goes right through the defender's
It's like
legs.
Tony Opp.
Tony Opp's going to go home and touch home plate, sliding in. Dylan Young with an RBI single.
Nice bit of base running. Saw that no one was really getting to that ball soon enough, and he took advantage.
Colby now. Kick right over the second. The center, just short of the center fielder's reach. And a little bit of confusion. And it ends up scoring a run. Dylan Young went first home on that play. Smart base running out of this Danny G 315 squad.
That's another key component of our kickball gameplays. Base running is more important than anything.
Safe at first base is Alex. Runners on the corners now for Aiden. Here's the pitch. It's kicked
This is
in the
Sebastian.
air. Gathered by the center fielder. Another run is going to touch home plate and still have runners on the corners.
That's Sebastian's 4th RBI of the game. I guess it'd be an RKI. Run kicked in.
Here's the pitch. This one back at the center fielder again. This time caught. Runner from third tags up, easily scores.
Like I said, Nick, good base running. It's what's really required.
So bottom of the second, 14-5 game now. This time kick to the center fielder, over the center fielder's head again. Runners going from first to third. And we're going to have second and third with one out. So one out now. Kareem Punt has a kind of a deficit to climb out of. This time caught by the center fielder. Runner from third is going to tag.
That's his another 4th RBI of the inning there for Sean Potter. Tony Opp
Here's the kick.
poked to the second baseman. Runner stands.
Runner stays at second. So first and second, 2 outs now. Waiting for the pitch.
Fixing our
Fixing
our
the
lines
mound.
here.
Ah,
Keeping that tape down on this windy night at Meade Stadium. Wind blowing out towards center field. Left center field. And our third out is recorded on that drive to right field.
yeah. So going now into the top of the third inning. 15-5 ball game, folks.
High scoring affair here. Most kickball games end up as such. And can't really tell that Kareem Punt's out of it because
How
I
fast
mean-
the tides can turn here.
exactly.
Wind whipping now. Redoing the tape line. Redoing our bunt line. Keeps blowing up from the turf. Kind of tough to play kickball in the wind. I mean, the pitch could roll anywhere. Once the ball gets some air under it, we don't know.
Has
As a
mind of
fielder,
its
you
own.
don't know where it's going.
So if I'm a kicker that's in between, should I bunt it? Should I try and kick it as far as I can? Maybe with this wind blowing out, you give it a shot.
There's the the first
Ooh.
baseman drops the chest pass. The runner's going to be safe at first.
Should have been an out there, but instead it's a leadoff.
Should have been a
Runner
routine
aboard.
play for the second baseman.
There's a saying in baseball, leadoff.
Regardless,
runners
they
are
get the
leadoff
out
innings.
at second. So, still runner on first, one out. I believe this is the top of the order now with Chase. This one played off the third baseman's chest, bumps up into the air, and is unable to make a play on it.
Good of him to keep it in front and stop the runner from advancing. Up comes Alex Vickery.
Captain Alex Vickery now up to kick. Here's
Not
the
wearing
pitch.
blue, not wearing white. He's repping Celtics green.
That one is fielded.
It'll be a
And-
foul ball, correct?
and I don't know what the call is. The umpire never gave a signal, fair or foul. Just kind of let Vickery take off. We're going to have the umpire fix the tape. Looks like the play is going to stand, as the next pitch is already thrown. Batter's going to take that for a ball. So bases juiced now for Jalen Dennis, who we just mentioned in the correct flag game. What a catch by the shortstop. Able to double up the runner at second.
Sooney got caught there off the bag. A nice play from the second baseman, not a routine one by any measure, and the wherewithal to double up Chase Sooney.
Danny G able to get out of a bases loaded, no out situation to not letting up a single run. Leaving our score 15-5 with Danny G coming up to bat again, trying to put more runs on the scoreboard. What a confusing play with Vickery, and the ball not going past that bunt line. There was no call made.
Looks like there's some confusion here. Vickery working something out between the umpire and
I would imagine at this point it's a little late to overrule your call.
And he benefited from the bunt, so I doubt it's about that. Maybe substitution?
I'm not quite sure. Vickery's telling his outfield to take a step back.
The ultimate sign of respect. I believe it's Aiden up to kick.
Waiting for the pitch to come in. Here it is. On the ground, and kick is just over the head of the third baseman.
Stays fair. It's going to be a very easy stand-up double. Oh, wow.
He's going three. The ball's still loose.
As the left fielder there, you got to just run it in.
They're calling it. It went out dead ball territory. Runner stays where he is.
Huh.
So Evan now. Little tapper back to the pitcher's mound. Vickery trying to chase after it. He's going home with it. No, he doesn't. Stops dead in his tracks. He's able to avoid the throw and stay safe at third.
Nearly got caught there. Vickery made the smart play, run it over, but just missed the pick.
Seb now.
He's already got one home run.
Hit
that one
right over the head of the second baseman into center field. Gonna score 2 runs and just a long single for Seb.
That's his 5th and 6th run kicked in.
17 you got? Yep, 17.
Here's the pitch. Waits on it a little longer, sends it to left field, hits the ground. And we got first and second, no outs for Danny G, putting more runs up.
Okay, thank you.
Here's the pitch. It's kicked right into the center fielder's hands again. They found their target that they want to attack.
Definitely have. Balls up the middle have been the recipe.
Sean now on to kick for Danny G. Right past Vickery into the left center field. He's going to score a run and keep the bases juiced with no outs.
So after his adding on some RBIs, Sebastian scores himself. Brings up Tony Opp.
Captain Tony Opp for Danny G up to kick now.
That's
Pitch.
a cool name. Oh, he goes outside foot with it.
Play at third. No one's at third base. Gonna score another run.
Well,
another bases loaded, no out situation.
Kind of a tricky run up there he did.
I thought he was gonna take the pitch. It was kind of curving outside. Dylan Young now. He's the pitch. Just got it past that bunt line. Vickery play at home.
Oh.
He's out at home. Home plate umpire Connor Samowski called him out, saying he got hit with the ball that was thrown at him. So that's the first recorded out of this inning.
For a second there, it's hard to tell from these angles, but for a second there, I thought he had missed him.
Angles are tricky. That's why I'm going off umpire signals. This one kicked right short, right behind second base. They're going to have an out at second, but it scores 2 runs, and the run is going to end up at third. So what was a single ended up being a single with 2 errors, I believe, is how we would score that. So 2 runs are going to cross the plate.
Does the eating celebration after.
Brings up the top of the order now.
So we are in mercy rule territory. If
The pitch. This one tapped foul.
his second foul.
So if he fouls again on strike 2, he will be out. It's a rule we have just to keep the pace of play going. Here's the kick. This one just went past the button line. Fair ball. It's going to score a run.
This game getting away from Kareem punt little by little. Just a relentless onslaught here.
Here's the pitch.
Sebastian.
This one kicked into the center field. It's going to be first and second now.
It's the first kick of the game where Sebastian didn't score any runs.
They've now batted around the order. So we are at the same people that started this inning. Here's the kick. This one off the left fielder's chest. It's going to load the bases.
Some frustration brewing.
Seb now up to bat. Has quite a few RBIs on the day. Here's the pitch. This one kicked right at the second baseman. It's going to score a run and keep the bases juiced. Here's the kick.
This game not as competitive as our
This one caught this time by the left fielder.
little redemption for him after making an error. This game not as close as our flag football finals today, but like the comeback we saw in the men's final, maybe something can happen here for Kareem punt. Down 18.
Yeah, not a good hole to be digging yourself out of at this point in the game. But Kareem punt has a hole to dig themselves out of here in the top of the 4th inning. And like you mentioned before, Jack, we are in mercy territory. Even
Yeah.
though it's a championship, we're still playing by the rules we've been playing all season. So there is
yeah.
a mercy cap. All Kareem punt has to do is score 3 to keep themselves in this game and avoid the mercy.
Exactly right, Nick. They got to start digging now. No more time to wait.
Waiting for the first pitch of the top of the 4th inning.
And here it comes.
Here we go. The kick right at the shortstop, and it's fumbled.
He was going to have a play on that one. I think he kind of was preparing that throw to first before ever gathering.
So runner on first now, fixing the base, make sure it's in the right spot. Brings up the next kicker for Kareem punt and takes that pitch.
Didn't like that one.
Didn't like that one. Just stopped. Just kind of died in its tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't. Here's the kick now.
Likes this one. And
Over the center fielder off his hands.
Sebastian tries kicking it home and hits Tony up. And
We're going to have runners on the corners here.
You guys hear the subs? Everyone that they had as a sub is now subbed in.
have some substitutions.
Getting some info from our coordinator in the booth, talking to the people on the field, relaying the info to us.
So Claire up. Grace
Claire's
Starner
up.
out of the game.
Here's the kick. It's going to be a routine play out at first,
But she scores a run.
but it's a ribby.
And the comeback has officially started, folks.
Now Adrian's going in for Olivia.
Huge RBI to cut the lead to 17.
Yeah, Adrian now, one of the subs that was coming in, able to get a single out of it.
Grace S is going in for Aiden.
Grace S for Aiden.
Grace S now.
I know them. That's actually. This is Grace Forrest up to bat, not Grace Starner.
That one caught by the left fielder. For the third out, it seems like. Everyone's switching sides. And that is going to do it, folks. Your 2025 first annual Kickball champions, Danny G 315. What an exciting game. Got a little confusing, got a little weird. We were trying to figure some stuff out, but we did at the end. And just Danny G in those second and third innings, they put up 7 or 8 in the 3 innings they were able to kick. And it shows why they are named the champions. Waiting just for an MVP from our folks downstairs.
Congratulations to Danny G 315. They played some good defense today, some better offense, and
MVP is Shawnee Potter. He had 6 hits. No, 3 hits, 6 RBI, and 4 runs.
So we just got word our MVP is a member of Danny G 315, Shawnee Potter, with 6 hits, 3 RBIs, couple of runs scored in. So congrats to Shawnee Potter and the rest of the Danny G 315 squad. Anything else, Jack? While we close out this night of championship games?
thrilling stuff. Tune in tomorrow for our softball finals. Should be good stuff then. I'll be on the mic as well, so see you then.